Hello, and welcome to the Simply SharePoint podcast, your go-to source for making sense of the ever-evolving world of Microsoft 365. I'm your host, and today we're diving into something big, something that feels less like a simple update and more like a fundamental shift in how we work. If you've been following the news coming out of Redmond this October, you might have noticed a common thread running through nearly every announcement. It's not just a new feature here or a tweak there. It's a full-blown AI revolution. And it's happening right now, quietly inside the tools you use every day. Today, we're going to connect the dots and explore what I'm calling the October revolution and how AI is moving from a flashy add-on to the very foundation of the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. For years, we've talked about SharePoint as a content and collaboration hub. It's where our documents live, where our team sites are built, and where organizational knowledge is stored. But the announcements from this past month signal a profound change in that role. SharePoint is no longer just a passive container for your data. It's becoming an active, intelligent partner in managing it. And the star of this new show is a feature currently in preview called the SharePoint Knowledge Agent. Now, this isn't just another tool. Think of it as an AI-powered librarian for your entire digital estate. It's designed to go into your SharePoint sites and automatically enrich, organize, and structure your content. It can analyze documents, suggest metadata, and create summaries, all without you lifting a finger. Why is this so important? Because for AI tools like Copilot to be truly effective, they need well-organized, high-quality data. I've talked about that endlessly on my blog and in this podcast. The Knowledge Agent is Microsoft's answer to the garbage in, garbage out problem. It prepares your content to be understood and leveraged by AI, turning your messy, sprawling SharePoint sites into a clean, reliable source of truth. We're talking about a future where you don't have to manually tag every single file or create complex folder structures. This AI will understand the context and do it for you. It's a quiet but massive step towards a truly intelligent intranet. And speaking of SharePoint, there's another exciting update rolling out right now. SharePoint document libraries are getting a complete interface overhaul starting this November. We're talking about a unified Create button, improved breadcrumbs, quick filter pills, and AI-powered actions built right into the interface. This isn't just a cosmetic refresh. It's making SharePoint more intuitive and accessible for everyone, not just power users. The document library experience is officially being retired, and the new interface is designed to work seamlessly with all these AI features we're discussing today. Now, let's talk about where most of us spend our day-to-day digital lives, our files. The next piece of this AI puzzle extends beyond SharePoint and directly into your workflow with the new Copilot integration in OneDrive and the Windows File Explorer. So, imagine you're in OneDrive, looking at a list of files. You see a 20-page proposal that you need to get up to speed on before a meeting. Instead of opening it, you simply click the new floating Copilot icon next to the file. Instantly, you get a summary of the key points. Need to know what's changed between two versions of a contract? Copilot can now show you the differences in seconds. I've dived into this week, and just being able to hover over a document, select the summary option, and getting an overview is amazing. But here's the feature that really caught my eye. audio overviews. With a single click, Copilot can generate an audio summary of a document in either a concise, executive style or a more detailed podcast style. You can literally listen to your documents while you're commuting or on the go. This isn't just about saving time, it's about fundamentally changing how we consume information. And this isn't just for documents. Copilot can now analyze meeting recordings to give you a quick recap or even extract key details from a photo of a whiteboard. This is AI at its most practical. It's embedded right where you work, making every interaction with your files smarter and more efficient. Of course, no discussion about modern work would be complete without talking about Microsoft Teams. And as you might have guessed, AI is making its presence felt there in a big way too. While there are a ton of updates, I want to focus on a few that highlight this AI everywhere strategy. First, security. Teams now has malicious URL protection and weaponizable file type protection, using AI to detect and block threats before they can do any harm. This is the kind of proactive, intelligent security that we need in today's environment. On the collaboration front, loop pages in Teams channels are now a reality, providing a dynamic, AI-powered canvas for real-time brainstorming and co-creation. And for meeting organizers, Copilot will now default to running without transcription, giving you more control over when and how meeting data is captured, while still providing real-time summaries and insights during the meeting itself. It's clear that Microsoft is weaving AI into the very fabric of Teams, making it not just a communication tool, but a truly intelligent, collaborative platform. And this AI revolution doesn't stop with the tools we use every day. It extends to the powerful automation and development capabilities of the Power Platform. This month, Microsoft announced that Copilot Studio now supports advanced AI models from Anthropic, giving developers more choice and power. There's even a new AI video creator that can turn a PowerPoint presentation or a Word document into professional quality video, complete with transcript-based editing. Think about that for a moment. We're moving into a world where you can describe a business process in natural language and have AI build the workflow for you, or create a marketing video from a simple text prompt. This is the democratization of AI, putting incredibly powerful tools into the hands of people, not just developers. And to top it all off, Microsoft has announced a new subscription tier, Microsoft 365 Premium, which will give users access to even more experimental and advanced AI features. It's a clear signal that Microsoft is all in on AI, and they're betting that you will be too. But here's where things get truly revolutionary. Just last week, on October 28th, Microsoft dropped an announcement that I think represents the biggest shift we've seen yet. They've introduced 2 new agents in Microsoft 365 Copilot: App Builder and Workflows. Let me explain why this is such a big deal. With the App Builder agent, any user, and I mean any user, not just developers, can now create custom applications in minutes using nothing but natural language. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need to know how to set up a database. You just describe what you want, and Copilot builds it for you. Need a dashboard to track project status? Ask Copilot. Want a calculator for your team's budget planning? Describe it to Copilot. Looking for a custom form to collect information? Just tell Copilot what you need. These apps are grounded in your existing Microsoft 365 content. They're interactive, and you can share them with your colleagues immediately. The Workflows agent does the same thing for automation. Instead of learning Power Automate or hiring a developer, you can now create sophisticated workflows just by having a conversation with Copilot. So, you could say, when a file is added to this SharePoint library, notify my team and create a task in Planner. Done. That's it. This is what I mean by the democratization of AI. We're not just making existing tasks easier, we're fundamentally changing who can build solutions. Every knowledge worker is now potentially a developer. So now, there's just one more piece to this puzzle that I'm genuinely excited about. Copilot notebooks are now shareable. Now, if you've been using Copilot notebooks, you know they've been this amazing personal AI workspace where you can combine pages, loops, OneNote content, and SharePoint sites to focus on specific projects or research. But until now, they've been private. Starting this month and rolling out through December, you can share your Copilot notebooks with colleagues who also have Copilot licenses. This means you can collaborate in a single notebook, building shared insights while maintaining data security and permissions. Here's what makes this so powerful. When you share a notebook, Copilot's responses are grounded in your shared enterprise content, but your individual chats within that notebook remain private. So you get the benefits of collaboration without sacrificing personal workspace. It's the perfect balance. Imagine a project team working together in a shared Copilot notebook. Each person asking questions, getting AI-powered insights, and building on each other's work, all in one intelligent, collaborative space. This transforms Copilot from a personal assistant into a team intelligent platform. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This all sounds great. But what does it actually mean for me? How do I get started? And more importantly, how do I make sure my organization is ready for this AI first future? These are excellent questions, and I want to spend a few minutes addressing them because the gap between knowing about these features and actually implementing them effectively is where most organizations struggle. Let's start with the most immediate concern: data quality. Here's the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to talk about. If your SharePoint environment is a mess right now, and let's be honest, most of them are, then AI isn't going to magically fix that. In fact, it might actually expose just how disorganized things really are. The knowledge agent can help, absolutely, but it works best when you've at least done some basic housekeeping. So before you rush in to enable every new AI feature, take a step back and ask yourself, do we have a content governance strategy? Are our permissions set up correctly? Do people actually know where to find and store information? These foundational questions haven't changed just because AI entered the picture. If anything, they've become more critical. The second thing I want to address is licensing and access. Not everyone in your organization is going to have access to these premium Copilot features right away. The SharePoint Knowledge Agent, the OneDrive Copilot integration, the advanced Teams features, App Builder, workflows, and shared notebooks, these all require a Microsoft 365 Copilot license, which is a separate cost on top of your existing subscriptions. This creates an interesting challenge for IT leaders and SharePoint admins. You're going to have a mixed environment where some users have these capabilities and others don't. That means you need to think strategically about who gets access first. I'd recommend starting with your power users, your content creators, and your knowledge workers who spend the most time in documents and meetings. Let them become your internal champions, gather their feedback, and build momentum before rolling it out broadly. Now let's talk about something that I think is absolutely crucial but often overlooked: prompt literacy. Hear me out. Having access to Copilot is one thing. Knowing how to actually get valuable results from it is something else entirely. Think about it like this. When Google search first became mainstream, we all had to learn how to search effectively. We learned that certain keywords worked better than others, that putting quotes around phrases gave us exact matches, that adding a minus sign excluded terms. We developed search literacy. Well, we're at that same inflection point with AI prompts. The difference between asking Copilot to summarize this document and asking, summarize this document focusing on budget implications and risk factors, is enormous. The second prompt gives you targeted, actionable information. The first one gives you a summary. And with App Builder and workflows, prompt literacy becomes even more important. The better you can describe what you want, the better the app or workflow Copilot will create for you. This is where organizations need to invest in training and enablement. And I'm not talking about a 1-hour webinar where someone shows you how to click the Copilot button. I'm talking about building a culture of experimentation, sharing what works, and continuously improving how your team interacts with these AI tools. Create a repository of effective prompts. Build a community of practice. Make it easy for people to learn from each other. So where does this leave us? I think we're at a genuinely transformative moment. The October 2025 updates represent more than just new features. They represent a fundamental rethinking of how we interact with our digital workplace. But transformation doesn't happen automatically. It requires intention, strategy, and yes, a bit of courage to embrace change. If you take one thing away from this episode, let it be this: start small, but start now. You don't need to deploy every AI feature to every user on day one. Pick one area. Maybe it's the SharePoint knowledge agent on a single site, a Copilot in OneDrive for your leadership team, or letting a small group experiment with App Builder and really focus on making that successful. Learn from it, iterate, then expand. And please document your journey. Share what works and what doesn't. The Microsoft 365 community thrives when we learn from each other, and we're all figuring this out together. So what does this all mean? The October revolution in Microsoft 365 is not about one single flashy feature. It's about a deep, systemic integration of AI across the entire platform. It's about making our tools smarter, our workflows more efficient, and our data more valuable. From the foundational intelligence of the SharePoint knowledge agent, to the everyday convenience of Copilot in OneDrive, to the collaborative power of shared notebooks, and to the revolutionary potential of App Builder and workflows, Microsoft is building a future where AI is not just something we use, but a true partner in our work. A future where anyone can be a developer, where SharePoint libraries are intelligent and beautiful, and where collaboration happens in AI-powered shared spaces. It's an exciting time, and we'll be here to track all the latest developments as they happen. Thanks for tuning into the Simply SharePoint podcast. Until next time, stay curious and stay intelligent. Bye for now.